So this continues my talk on planning an exploratory business trip. So now you've decided on where to go, when, and how to get there. In this second part of planning an exploratory business trip, I'm going to talk about who you need to meet and what you should be looking out for. Exactly who's best to meet depends on your business. This is where your consultant in your home country will really be able to help. They should have contacts in the country who'll know the language and culture and quickly sort out the wheat from the chaff. But you can organise everything yourself if you want, of course. You're likely to want to meet people from the government or its investment promotion authority, and I'm sure the Chamber of Commerce will want to meet you. Be cautious though, as although I'm sure you'll get good information, they'll probably also want to promote certain companies and individuals that might not necessarily be right for you and could disrupt your schedule if you add in meetings. Most importantly though, I believe you need to start by looking for local companies that are in a similar business to yours. You'll want to set up meetings with 2 or 3 of them. If you're likely to become a competitor, you may have to disguise your intentions, but most will happily answer questions and you'll learn a lot about the market that way. If you're thinking of transferring backroom operations or even doing research and development, I suggest you meet a couple of outsourcing companies. Even though you're unlikely to become a customer because you'll have your own base, it's the best way of learning how this type of operation works in the country. You'll also need to meet some professionals such as accountants and lawyers. It's best to meet at least 2 of each, even on your first trip, as you'll find you get different information from each. And you'll need to find one you can work with long term, as you won't want to be changing in the first year. My advice is to look for medium-sized local businesses rather than the big international firms. You're likely to get to see a more senior person, get more useful information, and you'll definitely get a better feel for the country and its business culture. And if you then become a customer, they'll care about you more. And whichever one you choose, it'll be a lot cheaper. Now, where and when to meet? In my opinion, it's really important that all your meetings should be in the local person's own office. I know it's tempting to accept offers to come to meet at your hotel. First time around though, that's a huge risk. The front person may be totally convincing, but whether you're going to be a customer, a competitor, or an associate, you really do need to see what their operation looks like. I've visited offices that were so temporary, the plaque on the door was stuck on with blue tack. Others that were like returning to the dark ages. One that was like meeting the Politburo. Oh, the stories I could tell, but I don't have time now. Next, decide how you'll get around between meetings. Distances and traffic in strange cities can be deceptive. Does the city have Uber, Taxify, or an app like that? I've done 6 meetings a day in Santiago, but would struggle to do 2 in Mumbai or Cairo. There's much more to think about. If you're thinking of making an exploratory trip and want more suggestions, get in touch with me. I'd be happy to help. Just one closing piece of general advice. Get out and around the city. Don't stay in your hotel. See how the locals live. You don't need to fall in love with a place, but you do need to understand it and see its good things. Do you have thoughts and comments? Leave them below, or email, or call me. I'll be glad to hear from you. Remember, international expansion is easier than you think. Thank you for watching.